Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Alright, so I'm here to show you how I covered this dummy with my patterned um, fondant, my marbled fondant. Alright, first what I did was to attach the dummy to a board by using glucose. Alright, and secondly I used edible gum all over the dummy. The recipe for the edible gum that I use, I'm going to be dropping it in the description box below. Alright, and thirdly I used my tape rule to measure the width of the dummy and the height of the dummy, and also did the same on the fondant I already rolled out. Alright, so the width was given me 6 inches, so I measured the 6 inches also on the fondant. And right now I'm about to just roll. I think what I have there was not up to it was not up to 6 inches, so I had to stretch it a little bit to give me that 6 inches, a little bit above 6 inches. I think I was using 8 inches so that I can have excess. All right, I added extra 2 inches to it. So when I achieved that, I had to measure again and to be sure I got the excess. I think right now I got about 8 inches excess. Alright, so I placed it on the dummy and I smoothened it out, okay, trying to remove all the what's it called now, trying to remove the hair bubbles in it. Alright, after doing that I now flicked it over. I got a board, placed it on it by I used corn flour so that the fondant is the fondant does not stick to the board. So I placed it on the fondant and flipped it over. Right now what I'm about to do is to cut the excess, okay, by using, you can use a razor blade and you can also use a sharp knife, okay, or your palette knife. You can, anyone that is suitable for you, it's okay. So what I'm just going to do is just to cut out the excess fondant from the dummy. All right, just like this. You place your knife very close to the dummy or the cake, whichever one you're using, then you trace out, you cut it out smoothly. Don't cut as if you're cutting a meat. Just cut a straight line. All right, cut it out smoothly, because this part is going to be the one that is going to be on top. Then once that is done, you flip it over. All right, then for the side, you remember we had already used gum paste all over the body, the edible gum all over the body. So this worked for me. I just lifted it up and on the dummy. This works really well for me. If it doesn't, if you're not used to this method, you can just use a rolling pin, roll out the fondant and just use it on the dummy. But this worked for me. I just lift it up and straight onto the dummy. Yeah, before I lifted it up, I was supposed to use the brush with some edible glue or water. You can use water as well, but here I'm using edible glue. You can as well use the edible glue round the tip of the round fondant, the one you covered the fondant with. But I missed out, so I had to quickly do that. Okay, once that is done, I cut out the excess up there. Alright, I cut out the excess up there because it was disturbing me, so I had to cut it out so that I can see what I am doing. So here I'm just going to be cutting out a straight line. Alright, bringing out the one that is inside, the fondant that is inside. I had to remove it, so that this is the essence of this is just to have a straight line, to have a smooth finishing. So once you cut it out, you use edible glue as well or water to just put it on the edges so that the fondant can gum perfectly well at the edges. People can hardly trace where the joining is. All right, so then you smoothen out your cake or your dummy, smoothing it out, you know. I'm still going to cut out the edges, the excess up there. Okay, if you notice there is an excess over down there, try as much as possible to trace it out as well. Then for the edges, get a razor blade. Razor blade is okay for me. I'm used to razor blade, so just hold it, be confident in cutting it out, then hold it firmly, then just play with it, just cut it out, just like this. All right, once that is done, just smoothen it out. Use your two spatula to just do as I am doing right now. Try to pinch the edges so that people do not really notice the joining. So basically that's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed for my channel, please do so. God bless you. Thank you.